What are Europeans better at than Americans? European accents, speaking multiple languages, trains that people want to take, castles, roundabouts, metric system, being European, starting world wars, understanding that Europe is made of many countries and that you can't really make a general statement that applies to an entire continent, alcoholism, paying taxes, football, losing to Germany, driving manual transmission cars, paying servers a wage, nudity. They aren't as inhibited about nudity as Americans are. Healthcare, maternity leave, PTO, working hours. No European is scheduled for more than 38 hours a week. France alone has 28 paid holidays on top of PTO. The doctors still make house calls and all medical and dental care is covered by the state. Let's just agree that all humans are trash. Generalizing Americans. Football.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content.
It is said that for every human on Earth there are 1.4 million ants. Supposed ant were to attack us, how are you prepared to deal with your 1.4 million? Flamethrower. Let's say the average ant is 5 millimeters long, 2 millimeters wide, and 2 millimeters tall. They would take up a volume of 20 millimeters. 1.4 million of them is a bit less than 7.5 gallons. That's the size of a large bucket. 1.4 million anteaters. Anteaters with flamethrowers attached to them swim in the ocean. A garden hose. I'll drown all 1.4 million of those little bastards. Raid. I for one would welcome our ant overlords. Surround the house with anteaters. Can I not just walk away from them? Their legs are tiny, so I would get more time to prepare. And are they chasing me single file? In that case I could just walk the same route back and forth, crushing them all after a while.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content.
What film do you see as a cinematic masterpiece? John Carpenter's The Thing, a masterpiece of horror, suspense, and special effects that has yet to be beaten. When I saw City of God I thought it was a masterpiece. Haven't seen it in years, but that's how I remember it. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. For its cinematography, soundtrack and storyline. Alien. No contest. My favorite movie of all time. Alien. Young Frankenstein. 12 Angry Men. Terminator 2. The Lord of the Rings trilogy. All of them, just beautifully filmed, perfectly cast and expertly put together. I don't think we'll ever get something as good as that again. The Silence of the Lambs. Jurassic Park 1993. The movie delivered well on its promise to show us dinosaurs. Spirited Away. The Shawshank Redemption. Airplane. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. How has no one said 1999's The Mummy?
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content.
What do you dislike most about getting older? Your friends don't have nearly as much time for you as they used to. And when you're single this kind of becomes a problem. Seeing my parents, or other family members age. It has actually been bothering me a lot lately. People you know start to pass away more frequently too. Old neighbors and acquaintances you haven't thought about in a while die more and more. How much more challenging it is to stay fit or get into shape. The slower recovery time from injuries and an assortment of gradual physical changes. The things I'm learning later in life would have been more useful to me in my youth. Youth is wasted on the young. Hair growing longer in my nostrils. Why? WTF is gonna happen that requires it this long, bro? Seeing my parents age, everything hurts. The older I get, the more tired I am, no matter how much sleep I get. It's very annoying.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content.
The United States of America turns into a battle royale among the states. Which one are you placing your bets on? Florida. They'd load up on meth and come storming into battle riding alligators. Alaska. Just wait it out while they kill each other. Montana. Those people can throw down. Louisiana. Every other state has died of starvation and they've figured out a way to take pinworm-infested feces and turn it into some sort of delicious Cajun chili with some cool French name. South Park, Colorado. They've been training for years, led by the one and only Randy Marsh. Texas. They're most likely to be able to sustain themselves and all of them have guns. Like holy fuck, a lot of guns. CA would make it at least to the Final Four by just throwing our 40 million people into the meat grinder Russia style. Northern Idaho is going to red dawn the hell out of all the states. Ohio. Michigan, totally not biased. Vermont. It's always the quiet ones.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content.
Indigenous people of Reddit, how would you like your culture to be represented? And what facts are significant to write into media for better representation? Native American. Here I'd like to see all of our languages preserved and spoken by the younger generations. Partially native. Here, I would like to see more inclusion. My great-great-grandmother was raped by a German and now I'm not native enough for any tribe. Haven't been since my great-grandmother was born. Don't represent us. Hire Indigenous writers, directors and actors. Indigenous to where? Not Indigenous by any stretch, but wanna throw out. Do not be stereotyped in media and to shut down sports team LS from using slurs and using racist art as their logo, just as a head start. Which Indigenous people? Everyone's Indigenous to their home country. Indigenous of Reddit, or Indigenous of a certain locale? What do you mean? Native English here. We are doing all right actually.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content.
If people already accept a higher food price by tipping at restaurants, why can't we just add on 20 to the food prices and pay servers a livable wage instead? Because the owners don't want to. That is literally it. It is not like there is a law that says they can't pay them a normal wage. Because you can't hide those wage from the IRS. Because many servers would quit their jobs and look for a new line of work if you took their tips away. 20 years ago I was making between $401,000 a night for a 4-hour dinner shift at a restaurant. I can't imagine what they are making now. Because the majority of the servers that I know do not want to give up that undeclared cash they make. I knew a few who would regularly average over $1,000 used per week in cash tips that the IRS knew nothing about. Because servers earn too much on tips for the work they do. They wouldn't want to lose that. People say the owners don't want to, but neither does the staff. Servers make more money off tips. I waited tables and still think they make too much.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content.